Hi there, I'm Miriam and welcome to Miriam's Manor. Today, you guys, this video is all about the 2024 Christmas Village contest. Now, if you plan on entering this year, I need for you to watch this entire video because there are several changes that I'm going to go over, as well as information from the judges. So over the years, so many of you have asked me, Miriam, what are the judges looking for? What can I do to make my village stand out above all of the rest? Well, the judges and I have had our annual meeting and they have given me some awesome tips and pointers to share with you guys so that if you want your video submission to stand out above all of the rest, do all of these things that I'm going to go over with you now. Also, I am going to be talking about some rules and guidelines that are changing per category. So please make sure you watch this video until the end, but let's go ahead and get into judges tip number 1. All right, so I do have my paper with me to make sure that I don't forget to give you any of these tips. So please forgive me while I'm looking down and reading, but I want to make sure I don't miss anything for you. So judges tip number 1 is provide a backed up panoramic shot of your village before you move us in to see all of the beautiful details you created. The judges really want to see your entire village and your entire layout so that they can see how the scenes that you are showing them incorporate in the overall village. So just do a very slow pan like this across the front of your village and allow that to be the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video for the judges. Judges tip number 2 is move slowly with your camera. The faster you move, the more nauseating it is for the viewers who are watching your village. If you have an extremely large village, I don't recommend that you try to shoot the entire thing. Give us the highlighted portions of your village that you feel you've done the absolute best in, so that way you can take your time and move slowly through those spaces and highlight maybe 3 to 4 areas of your village versus trying to show your entire village within the time allotted. Another thing that the judges brought to my attention is sometimes they would see things off in the distance that were so beautiful, but you guys did not zoom in enough and provide all of the details of a particular scene, especially with Oh Little Town. When you are submitting that, the whole point of that category is for your details to shine through within your scene. So if the judges aren't able to see your details, you're not really doing yourselves any favors. Really zoom in and highlight those areas that you took so much time to cultivate and to bring to life. Judges tip number 4 is make sure that all of your lights in your buildings and your moving pieces are on. Over the years, there have been a couple of submissions every single year that either was missing a light within a house or a piece that should have been moving was not moving. And so make sure you guys remember to turn on all of your pieces prior to submitting your videos and taking your videos rather. If one of your bulbs went out, go buy a replacement bulb from Walmart. They're just typically $3 to $4 for a replacement bulb that come in a multi-pack, and switch those things out so that those types of things don't become hindrances to you. Judges tip number 5 is going to be twofold regarding the lighting in your video. So the first part that I want to go over with you is when you're shooting your village during the daytime. The judges prefer to see your village in full light instead of a night scene because they really need to see all of the beautiful details, and that is how they are able to properly judge each submission. Now, with that being said, you do need to make sure you have good lighting because a lot of you have dark areas that don't come across very well on the screen for the judges. So one of the things that I wanted to show you guys, this is not sponsored. I bought this actually for myself this year. This is a selfie light. It attaches to your cell phone. I want to say this was like $13 on Amazon. I just got it in the other day. It'll be my first time using it this season. I usually use my ring light, but if you guys can bring in an extra lamp from another room, if you don't want to buy anything new, bring in additional lighting or shoot during the day. Open all of your windows when you have really good natural light coming in. So that way we can, the judges are able to see your full village with great lighting. Also, again, that's why it's important for you to have all your houses on and lit, because it adds to that light so the judges can see everything. Now, the second fold part to tip number 5 is if you are adding a night shot in your village. The judges do love to see how your village is lit up at night. They are checking for things like dark spots within the village. Is the village well illuminated even in your nighttime shots? So if you're shooting them at night, make sure it's dark enough in your room so that the city lights from your village are actually what's shining through. And you might need to add just a little bit of light off in the distance so that it does come up and pick up well in the camera, but make sure that it's not super bright in the room, that it actually looks like a nighttime shot. By the way, I will link this in the description box of this video. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, this particular one, to know how it works, but there's several different ones just like this that are for sale on Amazon that you can buy. All right, so the next judges tips that we're going to be going into are going to be specific for the different categories for the contest. We are going to begin with the Limax O Little Town category. Before I do that, let me just mention, I do also have category rules that must be followed in addition to the judges tips that are provided. So I will link those rule sheets at the end of this video for you guys, so they'll just automatically come up on the screen. So if you don't have those yet, you can screenshot them, take a picture of them, and refer back to those category rules. So one of the biggest things that the judges notice with the Limax O Little Town is you guys would be shooting a scene that is incorporated already within your village, which is 100% okay. The problem with that is you're not going in tight enough where we're not seeing the rest of your village, and you're being automatically disqualified because we don't just see the 2 buildings and all of the accessories and figurines. So you need to really go in and take a tight shot of your scene if you already have your village built up around it. One tip that the judges did get is get a tri-fold poster board. That way you can surround your scene with the poster board, blocking out any of the other village or buildings around it so that the scene itself is only shot, and that way you can ensure that you will not be disqualified from the category. All right, so the next category that we are going to be talking about is the Miriam's Manor Artistry Award. Now, this is where you guys submit your entries for all of the beautiful things that you have made for your Christmas village. If you've made several pieces, that is awesome, but you are only allowed to submit one thing per submission. So you want to make sure that it is your best item that you have made for your Christmas village. With that being said, going forward, when you submit your entries for the Miriam's Manor Artistry Award and you're emailing me, I need for you to email me what item you actually made, and also add a brief description in the email of what inspired you, what story are you trying to tell with this particular piece. That information is going to be put at the beginning of your video submission for the judges and everyone else who is viewing to see, so we can really hone in on what it is you've built and why. So another judge's tip for the Villager Extraordinaire category. The judges want you all to know that if you do not have any moving pieces within your village, points are deducted from your village. So in the cases in previous years where some of you were just like 1 point away from winning, that 1 point could have been because you did not have a moving piece in your village to add that additional level of realism. Now, that is going to only be in the Villager Extraordinaire category because remember, the scrutiny for the level of detail and the realism in your village is taken up a ton with Villager Extraordinaire category. So if you don't have any moving pieces, maybe consider buying one and adding it to your village if you are submitting for the Villager Extraordinaire category. All right, and I have 2 more judges tips for you guys, and this is regarding the format and how you submit your videos. It is actually already a rule in the rule sheet, but the judges did want me to go over this with you. So when you are shooting your video and your phone is like this or your camera is like this is considered landscape mode. This will give your camera lens a wide shot and the judges are able to see a lot more of your village with your phone being this way. When you turn your phone up like this and it's vertical as if you were shooting like a TikTok, what are those called? Posts or reels? I don't know. But if you were shooting something for TikTok and you have to shoot it vertical, that's called portrait mode. And we do not want any of the submissions to be in portrait mode. You need to make sure you turn your phone to the side, take it in landscape mode, and bring us in for all of the details and the wide shots in landscape mode. Again, it widens your camera lens and it enables the judges to see so much more. Your points will be deducted from your score if you submit a video in portrait mode. Again, because it's already a part of the rules and you will be dinged for not following the rules, if not automatically disqualified for some of the rules. And lastly, for the judges' tips before we get into the category changes is review your video submissions before you guys send them to me. And also maybe consider sending it to a friend, a loved one, so that they can give you tips and feedback and let you know if you were moving too fast, if it did make them sick or nauseous, if they weren't able to see everything clearly. Talk to your family about it and see if you were able to get across on video the story that you were actually trying to tell. And if not, maybe try reshooting that video again. So that way you are presenting the best video that you possibly can. Also, enlist the help of people in your life who are naturally gifted with technology in that way to make your quick video for you. You know, if you've got, especially if you are of a more mature age and you have young people in your life, especially teenagers, who this is their whole life and this is what they're good at, get them to help you out with this project because they oftentimes already know how to edit and use editing software that's built into most of our phones at this point. And they can shoot even small clips of your village and put it all together in one video and make for you a really awesome video submission. So while you have the time now, recruit some other folks in your life who are technologically sound and get them on board with your project. So now I have the biggest change that we are making. And again, this is all due to the judges because we have all heard your cries over the last several years that you feel that the length of time in order for you to shoot your videos is too short. So the judges have agreed this year to extend the time for you guys. So please make sure to leave comments in this video thanking the judges for their generosity because I leave that up to them since they are the ones who are actually volunteering their time to judge all of these videos and they are long and this is a tedious job. So this year they are allowing the Miriam's Manor Artistry Award and the Oh Little Town, the Limax Oh Little Town categories to be a full 1 minute. It was previously 30 seconds and now it is being upped to 1 minute. So you guys get a full additional 30 seconds to shoot that video, which should definitely help, because the only thing we should be seeing in those two categories is the scene that you've created and the build that you've created, not your entire village. And the Villager Extraordinaire category was currently 2 minutes, and it has now been extended to 3 full minutes. So that is going to allow you guys so much additional time to properly shoot your video, so that as we're making these requests of you to take your time and slow down a little bit more, now you have time to do so. And I'm so excited about this for you guys, because there's so many of you who have especially extremely large villages that you do try to show us the whole village, and it looks so beautiful, but we really just can't take it all in, because you have to move too quickly within the time that has been allotted for you. So now you get additional time. So again, that's 3 minutes for the Villager Extraordinaire category and 1 full minute for the Lee Maxwell Little Town and the Miriam's Manor Artistry Award. If you guys have any questions at all, what I've gone over today, please make sure to leave me a line in the comment section, and I will be getting back with you, answering all of your questions. I will ask you, please do not email me any questions that you have regarding this video. If you want clarification, put it in the comment section. That way I will be able to answer your question, and others who may have the same question will automatically have their answer too, as they are reading through the comment section. So that is all I have for you guys today. Please give me a big thumbs up for the video, subscribe to the channel, do all the YouTube things, share the video with anyone that you know who might have been planning on entering the contest, so that they don't miss all of these important changes. I will be posting additional videos as we get closer, so that I can just try to make sure everyone is aware of the judges' tips as well as the changes made. You guys, I will begin accepting submissions November 15th, so less than 30 days, which is really exciting. So I hope you guys are gearing up and getting ready, and that you're almost done completing your beautiful works of art. I can't wait to see them, and I know everyone else can't either. So that is all I have for you. Until I see you again, stay safe, God bless you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.